Hey, good evening. I'm Dan Fitzpatrick at stockmarketmentor.com, and it's Wednesday, June 10th. In this video, I want to look at Netflix. Yesterday, the stock was up pretty big. It wasn't a rumor. It was actually just like anticipation of something that a lot of people knew was going to happen, and that was that the company was going to the board of directors was going to get authorization from the shareholders to authorize a whole boatload of shares and then ultimately split its stock. Kind of tough to buy for a lot of people. Stock at 671. What are you going to get? 10? So they'll split that stock. And so today there was more buzz on that. The stock gaps up and it just kept going. So here's the thing. I know people in our forums in Stock Market Mentor and on Option Market Mentor were on top of this, but let me show you what happened, and I'll tell you why I think your next buy point is actually higher rather than lower. The stock went as high as, we'll call it 693. Okay, here's how it looked intraday. Okay, it was up. It's plenty of time to get in this first thing in the morning. I mean, it gapped up some, but it just kept going almost till 11 o'clock. Then it rolls over. And by the way, this volume here, this is important for you to know. This volume here was really, really high volume, right? Not as high as this, though. So when you get a big spike in volume, but it's less than the one before, even though the price was higher, that's a red flag. Now, when this one comes up, 5-minute bars, and this spike is lower still, that tells you that the aggressiveness of buyers at this level is kind of not what it used to be back here. So then the stock tapers off through the end of the day and closes here. This is the after hours stuff, and nobody really cares about that. And if you're trading after hours, I'll ask you questions. One is a real easy one. Are you making money? Answer, no, you're just a trading junkie, so stop doing it. You'll be the only one. So listen, on an intraday basis on the 5-minute chart, this thing has still kept going lower. Now, fundamentally, I want you to think about this. Retail investors will get all lathered up about the splitting of a stock. Can you imagine if Priceline ever splits their stock? OMG, that'll be awesome. We don't have to pay $1,200 a share anymore. We can pay, $12 or $120 or something. That's what happens when these high price names split. But fundamentally, it doesn't matter. And the reason I'm saying that is because money managers, large traders, they don't get sucked into this stuff. This is the kind of stuff that is ultimately prompted by, by guys like you and me. I consider myself a retail guy. I'm proud of it. So anyway, the bottom line is nothing has changed fundamentally. So we just have to look at this thing technically and say, okay, wow, this is pretty extended. It's since this breakout here, it's never really built a great base. Great meaning sufficiently long for, say, a 50-day moving average to come up here, or something to where the stock drifts over to it and bounces up again. Instead, there is no base. It's just kind of a sideways drift for a while, then this lazy meandering thing up here. So it's been a really, really sloppy chart, and that's why I say you want to wait for a moment of clarity. If the stock pulls back, go ahead and buy it then too, but what's that telling you though? What it's telling you is that the idea of buying the stock before a stock split, that deal's yesterday's news, so you don't need to do that. Okay, so you're going to have plenty of time to get in. If the stock pulls back, don't buy it. Sit there and watch it. Wait. On the other hand, and Randy Travis has taught us that, there's always another hand where there's a golden band. If the stock starts moving to a new high, then it's all blue sky, baby. Nobody but winners in this stock, and everybody likes a winner. You'll see more trading pile into this. So this is one of those things where you truly do, at least in my view, you want to buy higher rather than lower. I'd love to buy the stock at 630, 610, 590, 570, whatever. But if I'm able to do that, I don't have to do it in a hurry because there'll be plenty of time for the stock to grind around. So I would say this is only a buy right now if it is trading on momentum, and you will know that because the stock will start trading to new highs. Okay, members, over to the strategy session. We're ready to roll.